Hi guys and welcome back to World of Tanks, and it's Sunday, so it's another random destruction, although it's not quite so random tonight. I'm in the American Tier 8 medium tank with an auto-loader, the T69, and I've got rid of this now. It's one of the last games that I played in it, and I like the T69. You don't tend to see too many of them. It's got a 90mm gun, 4 rounds in the clip, and you're looking at 24, well, nearly 25 seconds for the reload. And I've also got Brothers in Arms on here. I can't remember if I've got vents on. I think I might have a vertical stabilizer, possibly a gun lane drive, and either vents or coated optics. I can't remember what I had on it now. And it's a tier 9 match. It's on Severogorsk, and I do kind of like this tank. You do have to play auto-loaders very differently. Obviously, you can't hold a choke point on your own really, because you've got such a lengthy reload in between shots. So you have to be quite opportunistic, almost like a scavenger. And you get as far forward as you dare and put your shots out, and you've got to be prepared to fall back in them, definitely. But it's not got a bad 90mm. All in all, it works out at 6.86 rounds a minute, but it's not really a true sort of rounds per minute figure, because obviously you've got that 25-second reload in between. But I think it's something like 2 seconds in between each shell that's in the magazine, and you've got 173 pen and 240 average damage. And I carry a few. I don't even know why I carry HE. I really don't. I think I took them off after this match, but I do carry 2 magazines or 2 clips full of heat ammunition, which has got 250 penetration, which isn't too bad. Now it's not got bad gun depression. Well, actually no, it's fairly good gun depression. Awful gun elevation, but its gun depression's not too savage. I don't think it's quite as good. I've not got the figures on me, but I don't think it's quite as good as a lot of other American mediums and heavies, but it's still definitely not bad and workable. Now, your turret, a little bit trolly for you and for anybody shooting at it. It's 152mm on the front, but it's obviously just in patches, and it's such a mess of different angles and surfaces that sometimes, they just bounce, and other times they just pay every single time. Now I've got to be careful. I've just taken a hit from that T32, sorry. So I'm going to back off, reload, and I've got to keep an eye on him, because I really don't want to get cornered, having to wait for that 25-second reload, because he could probably get, a couple of shots in if I'm having to reload and he comes at me. Full armour's not too bad either. It's 102, and that's obviously your upper glacis. Not quite as good on the sides, 76 and 38 on the rear, and the turret as well is 76 on the side and 114 on the rear. But that's why I like auto-loaders. A lot of people don't like them. I do like going in them every now and again. It's a very different style of gameplay, but it's that burst potential. That massive amount of damage in such a short amount of time. And it's quite a mobile medium, this as well. And I've enjoyed it. I have. I've not had some very good games in it. I normally average maybe 5-6 penetrating hits in a match. I'd say that's average. But every now and again I have quite a good game in it, and this was one of those, or I thought it was one of those anyway. But I managed to deal with that T32 at last. And the team seemed to have won the northwest corner and are moving across the north of the map now. I had a couple left in the clip, so I've put them into the side of the concrete. Now I'm going to pull back. I have a feeling he's going to take an exception to that, and he's coming after me. So I'm going to drop down to the water and try and use the terrain to hide myself, but I've been seen. And I've got to try and pull back. Now this should be a... Here we are, reloaded. Maybe I can get a couple more shots into him now. He's not looking at me. I've got the side of his turret. Now, something I've noticed with auto-loaders, or it could just be me, it doesn't matter how well you aim the shot, or, you know, how close the target is, or something like that. A lot of the time, RNG just says no. One or two of those in your clip are either going to bounce or miss completely, and half the time it's difficult to actually get all the shells in your clip to either hit or pen the target. But occasionally you do get lucky and all of them do hit and do penetrate, so you do get that wonderful amount of burst damage potential that you're capable of. But yeah, I'm on my own. It was even, and then all of a sudden, you know, it was 8-8, and then all of a sudden it was 8-11 in their favour. And yeah, I was very aware that I was on my own down there, so I needed to pull back. I probably should have done it a bit sooner and kept more of an eye on the map. But now I've got back into this dip. Hopefully I might be able to maybe do a bit more damage. I don't know if we can pull this one around and win. No, that was poorly aimed. And that one was. That one was better. And that one wasn't. But I'm on very low health, so I've got to be careful, and hopefully he's not going to get his tracks back up. Oh dear, the Conqueror's there. Oh, but thankfully he's not fully upgraded. He's stock, I think. So that was lucky. Now, on the news feed on the console, the World of Tanks console website, the packages are there for the Fury and Tiger 131. I think tomorrow there is a bundle with both of them in, and they are coming on separately in Ultimate Bundles, but it is a timed release for the others, unfortunately. But apparently on there it says that the penetration values for the Tiger 131's ammunition types have been increased, so it'll be interesting to see what they are now. But anyway, back to this. Not a bad round, 2,966 damage done. It was a defeat, unfortunately. 800 assisted and 780 blocked. Now, I did have a ×3 on, I think. I was wanting to get out the T69, and I didn't have a lot left, so I did use a few ×3s that I got left. I think I used about 4 or 5 on it, just to boost up that last bit of XP to get done. And this is why it's possibly a not so random destruction tonight, and that's because the next match is in the T54E1, and it's a tier 9 match. This is my first match in it. It's on Severogorsk again, which is a bit of a coincidence, and I've only just noticed that now. I didn't notice when I was putting the videos together. That was quite, well, crap of me. But yeah, Severogorsk again. But this is the very first match that I played in it, and it is completely stock. So it's got the same 90mm gun as the T69. But it works out having a slightly faster rate of fire at 8.57 per minute. But again, it doesn't really give you a good indication because of that lengthy reload in between. But this one has 5 rounds in the clip rather than the 4 that you've got with the T69. But it's still 173 pen and 240 average damage. Now, you do get a bit more armour. In fact, no, you get a bit less armour, sorry. The front of the turret is 127 on this, and it said it was 152 on the T69. So yeah, a bit less armour on the front of your turret. 70 on the side, 51 on the rear, and the hull armour is 110 on the front, 76 on the sides, and a very, very poor 35 on the rear. But that does seem to be a bit of a thing with the higher tier American tanks. They have very, very thin rear armour. Now, like I said before, tier 9 match, standard battle. I wasn't holding out too much hope if I came up against some of the tier 9s, because that 173 pen, although there is stuff slightly less at tier 8, this is tier 9 now, and sometimes that 173 pen did let you down a bit from the front, although I seem to be not doing too bad against the Type 59, although one did bounce and I completely missed that one. But let's see how long the reload is on this one. I never really checked on it when I was in it. It was about, well, a shade under 25 seconds on the T69. And I've got no equipment on this yet. None at all. I've still got the same crew in it though, with Brothers in Arms. 23.4 seconds, so it is slightly quicker. And you get that extra round in the clip as well, which helps out. Now, there's a few of us that have come through here, not many. A lot of the guys have gone along the south towards the eastern side of the map, which is a good thing, to be honest, because there does seem to be a few heavies across there. And again, just the amount of burst damage potential. Even with this 90mm, I mean, this ends up with 105mm, but I think it has 4 in the clip then. But even with this 90mm with the 5 rounds, it does have a really good sort of, well, burst damage potential. And again, it's quite nippy. It's a lot bigger than the T69, but I quite like it. I can't wait to get the 105 on it and see what it's like with that. Although, to be honest, I think maybe as an alternative they ought to consider letting you either choose the 105 or a sort of upgraded 90mm with 5 rounds in the clip but higher penetration. Because it was between the 105 with 4 rounds and the 90mm with the 5. I don't know. Maybe the 90mm if it had more pen. I'm not too sure. But we've come around and taken the north-western corner. And now we've got them in a bit of a crossfire. We've got the rest of our team in the south pushing up. And we've got us up here. See if we can finish off this CDC. I can. Just shaved off that last little bit of health. Now, while we're waiting for... Oh, there's a T-44 up there. I was just going to say it is a bit shorter than usual this episode. It is just these two, and like I say, not quite so random as normal. But I did get out to the T69 today, and I was quite happy with it, and had a good game in this for the first one, so quite happy with that as well. Completely missed that shot on the T-44. That one bounced. That one went completely wide, and now I've got to wait for the reload. I'm not always in the mood for this, you know, the auto-loader style of gameplay, but sometimes, you know, I do like it, and I do realise that it isn't for everybody. Some people would rather have, you know, the sort of, you know, the one shot with the shorter reload, rather than the 5 quick shots or whatever, and then the really lengthy reload, because it does change the style of gameplay completely. You really are much better off if you've got somebody there backing you up that can cover you while you're reloading. Maybe another auto-loader, or maybe just a normal tank or a couple of normal tanks with you, just to give you that cover while you reload. Unfortunately, where we are now, that seems to be what I've got. There's a couple of heavies here with me, and we seem to be doing quite a good job of sort of holding this place. Oh dear, we've just lost one of them though. And fighting back against them, it's all even though. 7, oh no, 7-8. Let's see if we can pull it back a bit. There's the Lorraine. I just need to reload. Can I reload and get him? There's one. Oh, that one missed. Now, if I pull forward, there's a tiger down in that dry riverbed. And there's the 75. Can I finish him off? Yeah, just. That was worth it. I'd rather get rid of the E75, I think. Quite a tough tank, and take a bounce there from something. I'm not entirely sure what. Possibly that... No, I'm going to say that heavy over there, but it might have even been the Tiger. And there's the Lorraine. I don't know if he's forgotten about me. Oh, and I managed to set him on fire, and that's him done. And then I take a hit in my left flank, and I'd completely forgotten about the T-32 that was down in the riverbed. But he's going to be one hit, and of course I cock it up and miss. And looking back at this, he possibly had... In fact, no, was that the 105mm he got? I don't know, it kind of looked like he got the stock turret, maybe? The way that my reticle was changing colour. I don't think we're in reloading time, no, not to get another hit in on the Tiger. But here comes the 5100, Last one left. Can I reload in time to get anything on him? I hope so, because I only needed one more French tank at this point. The nations bit, and there we go, I managed to get the kill. And that was quite nice. I've been trying to kill a French tank for the last 2 days. So there you go, my first match in the T54E1, and I quite enjoyed it, so I'm quite looking forward to having the 105mm and seeing what that's like. And I'd put a 3 times boost on that as well, so ignore the XP, but 4,787 damage done and first class mastery, so I was quite happy with that round. And I do quite like that tank, and I'm looking forward to getting the T57 heavy as well. Yeah, I am kind of looking forward to that. I'd like to, yeah, I think I need to platoon up with somebody else in the T57 heavy when I get it, so I'll have to try and arrange it. But there you go, came at the top of the table with 5 kills as well. So yeah, I do like that tank. But anyway, there you go. Well, yeah, when I can talk, there you go. That's the end of the episode. Like I say, a bit shorter tonight than usual. But I'll be back tomorrow with a review. Will it be the T95E2 or Tiger 131? Well, I think I've made up my mind. But you'll have to wait until tomorrow to see. So as always, take care out there, and I'll catch you next time. See you later.